So you're thinking about moving to Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and more specifically, Crozet, Virginia. Well, in this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of Crozet via a map. I'm going to show you a little bit about the town of Crozet, what's available there, and some of the neighborhoods as well. And if you hang around till the end of the video, I'm going to share with you some census information and an updated market report about Crozet, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And we're going to get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Virginia, from its beautiful mountains to its valleys, then click on that subscribe button and touch that bell so you can be the first to be notified about all the market information in Virginia, from its beautiful mountains to its valleys. Hi, my name's Stephen Gleason, along with my wife and partner Leslie, and we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you who are looking to make a move to Virginia, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The information is all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your move to Virginia as smooth as possible. Now, as I mentioned today, I was going to take you on a map tour of Crozet, Virginia. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and go to the map. So here's basically an outline of the boundaries of Crozet, Virginia. Crozet sits at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains and is about 12 minutes west of Charlottesville, Virginia. If you were to continue to head west from Crozet, you're going to come to the Blue Ridge Mountains in 11 miles, and at about 15 miles, you're going to be in Waynesboro, Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley. But to begin with, when we look at Crozet, we have a couple roads that run right through the middle of town in Crozet, and right down here through the center of town, we have Crozet Avenue, and then we have Three Notched Road, which cuts right across through Crozet, and then Railroad Road goes ahead and comes on out this way and goes out into the valley, up into the foothills. And if you go on down, you have Jarman's Gap Road, which continues to take you out west and up toward the Blue Ridge Mountains. So that's kind of the main roads that run through Crozet. Now, if we zoom out here just a little bit, we're going to see that there are a couple major roads which it is by, and we have Highway 250, which runs a long way, and especially through Charlottesville and all the way up through Waynesboro and even further west. And then you've got Interstate 64 down here, which goes all the way down into Virginia Beach, and it goes all the way into the Midwestern states. So that's kind of some of the local roads. And if we continue to zoom out just a little bit further, we're going to see where it lies in regards to some other places. I mentioned Charlottesville. There's about 12 miles to Charlottesville right here. And here's Waynesboro, which is about 15 miles away. If we continue to zoom on out here a little bit, you're going to see that down to Richmond, it's approximately about an hour down to Richmond to get to Charlottesville. And if we continue to go further north, we've got Washington, D.C., about 2.5 hours away to the northeast. So that kind of give you an idea of where Crozet sits. As I mentioned, it sits at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and what a beautiful, beautiful place. Most every place in town has a mountain view, and it's just a really neat place to live and to enjoy being there. So as far as some of the neighborhoods in Crozet go, I'll highlight a couple neighborhoods that we looked at in our blog video about Crozet, and I encourage you to go on and take a look at that. It tells a lot more about the different neighborhoods in Crozet. But the first neighborhood that we looked at over here was the Western Ridge neighborhood. And in the Western Ridge neighborhood, we had prices from about $450,000 to $800,000 in price of the homes here in this neighborhood. Additionally, we went over and we saw the Gray Rock neighborhood, which actually has a northern part to it, a small northern part there, and it's separated by two lakes. And but the average price in this particular neighborhood is about $500,000 to $725,000 for a house in this neighborhood. And then we looked in one of the largest neighborhoods here in the Crozet region, and that is the Old Trail neighborhood. Has a golf course, has many other things. amenities of living in Old Trail. And we found that homes in Crozet for like a one-bedroom home was $249,000 all the way up to $1.5 million for some of the homes in this particular neighborhood. So when it comes to restaurants, looking at Crozet, there's several restaurants in the area, and we'll just start right in the downtown area. One of those places is Crozet Pizza. It's a very eclectic type place, and but it is very renowned for its pizza. As a matter of fact, it was chosen in Photo's best in the United States, Compass American Guide and Moon handbooks. They rate it as the best pizza in all of Virginia. And finally, last but not least, National Geographic rates it as the best pizza in the world. So is it the best pizza in the world? I don't know. Maybe you'll just have to move to Crozet and be the judge yourself. But nonetheless, a really, really kind of cool place here right in the middle of Crozet, Virginia. And as we zoom out, this is where you're going to find most of your restaurants in Crozet. You're going to find them right in the downtown area. Now, there are a couple restaurants here over in the Old Trail neighborhood as well. And then you have a restaurant, the Restoration, here at the golf course as well. But another area, just down here in this area, there's another restaurant. I'll go ahead and point out real quick. And that particular restaurant, the name of it is Basio Mediterranean Cuisine. And Basio gets rave reviews by folks who go there, and they specialize in rustic, modern, Greek, Lebanese, and Italian food. So if you're out looking for Mediterranean type food, Italian type food, I would recommend that you maybe take a trip down and go to Basio, the Basio restaurant there, and maybe you will find some food that you enjoy. Now, if you're looking for wineries, well, let me just say this. You are in the heart of wine country. Zoom out here just a little bit. I'm just type the word in, winery, and watch the amount of wineries that pop up in the area. I mean, you have many, many, many wineries that pop up right in the area, and what a fantastic place they are. One of them in particular is the King Family Vineyards. And the cool thing about the King Family Vineyards is that the King Family Vineyards, in addition to having the wine and the wine tasting, they actually have polo on Sundays. And the polo begins Memorial Day weekend, and it goes through October. And the matches start at noon on Sundays. The gates open up at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday mornings. But like I say, just kind of a really neat place to go, and to a great venue, as you can see there at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Just an absolutely beautiful place to spend a day or an afternoon. As far as breweries go, kind of the same thing goes there. If you just type in the word brewery, you're going to find multiple breweries in the area as well. And one of those breweries is right here in Crozet, and that's the Star Hill Brewery. And cool things about the Star Hill Brewery, it had its beginnings. The company they started in Charlottesville, in the back of Star Hill Music Hall. And the operation grew large enough where in 2005 they moved out to their current location in the old ConAgra building on Highway 250 on Three Notch Road, which is Highway 250. And they were the first production craft brewery in all of Virginia. And since that time, in the last 5 or 6 years especially, they have added multiple satellite locations in Lynchburg and Roanoke and places like that throughout Virginia. So if you're looking for a nice cold brew, then the Star Hill Brewery may be a great place for you to spend a day. Let's go ahead and just check back into the town here real quick itself. We'll zoom back in a little bit, and you're going to see right in the middle of town here, Claudius Crozet Park. Of course, Crozet was named after Claudius Crozet. Who was Claudius Crozet? Well, Claudius Crozet was a colonel. He was a French-born civil engineer who led and directed the operation in the building of the Blue Ridge Tunnel through the Blue Ridge Mountains and in the 1870s. And so before it was called Crozet, the town was called Crozet, it was called Wayland's Crossing. A little bit of history there. But Crozet Park, named after Claudius Crozet, is a really, really neat place to go. And as you can see, there's a lot of activities in for the park. As a matter of fact, as you can see, it has a large swimming pool, it has baseball fields, it has tennis courts and pickleball and basketball courts, it's soccer, and it's got soccer fields, it's got weights, it's got fishing, and it actually has a dog park for your dog as well. So really, really neat place, and right in the middle of town. It's a local park that is maintained and operated by the people there in the community, and just a really nice centerpiece there in the town. If you're looking to get out of town just a little bit, you can always go just a little bit west of town, and you can go to Mint Springs Valley Park, and Mint Springs Valley Park is right up here. And Mint Springs Valley Park is a park that has a couple different lakes there. One of those lakes you can actually swim in. They've got a beach area. They've got a long trails that run through the park. They actually have access to kayaking there as well. They have picnic areas that have shelters, and they also have fishing that goes along up there. And that is definitely at the very base, actually on the way up to the top of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So it's another really neat park there locally in the area. As far as trails go, there are a couple different trails in Crozet, and one of those is actually in the park there, Claudius Crozet Park, and it's about a 4-mile in and out type trail, and definitely nice walking trail. And also, I already mentioned, of course, the trails up at Mint Springs Valley Park, and then also wanted to mention one more, and that is West Hall Farms Trail. It's a short trail, about a 1.2-mile trail that you can take there as well. Of course, if you're looking for more trails in the area or close to the area, you can always go onto alltrails.com and find that information about different trails around the area. Of course, there's the granddaddy of them all on the East Coast, and that is the Appalachian Trail, which is just about 15 minutes to the east, just before you get to Waynesboro, Virginia. Of course, I always like to talk about golf, and being one of my favorite things. And one of those places that I've actually had the opportunity to go, which is a fantastic place, is Old Trail Golf Club. And Old Trail, just on the west side of town, part of the Old Trail neighborhood and the Old Trail community, is a championship style golf course in fantastic condition. It has leisure fairways, so you never get a bad lie. And but just a really nice place to golf, and you just get an idea of the type of caliber of course that it is to be there and to play it. The course is open to the public. However, there are memberships available as well, should you like to be a member of the course. Of course, I always talk about outdoor recreation in the wintertime as well. For those of you who are skiers, Crozet is very well centrally located for a couple different ski resorts. One of those is Massanutten, and Massanutten is about an hour north of Crozet, and the other one is Wintergreen Resort, and Wintergreen is 45 minutes to the south. Both of these are four-season resorts, meaning they have activities for all 4 seasons of the year. Both of them have 2 golf courses, and Massanutten actually has an indoor water park, which is, of course, a very popular destination for families in the wintertime. Of course, there's different kinds of properties there, from condos and villas all the way up to homes, and in both of those neighborhoods, some for rent and some for sale, should you decide you just love it there and want to live in that particular place. Of course, if you're looking for a theater, the arts, there is a theater in Crozet. That's the Earl Hamner Jr. Theater. Of course, if you're looking for other theaters, there's a lot more in Charlottesville as well. There's also the Central Virginia Children's Choir is in Crozet also. If you're looking for festivals and events, one of the biggest things in Crozet is the Crozet Arts and Crafts Festival. As a matter of fact, it's very well known. It received Virginia Living Best of Virginia Award in 2022. And it takes place twice a year. takes place once in May and once in October. Over 120 artisans and artists and craftspeople from all over the country come to Crozet to show their goods. It was established in 1980 to support and benefit Claudius Crozet Park. And so it's something that is very good for the neighborhood as well. And of course, if it supports the park, where do you think you're going to find it? You're going to find it, yep, right there in Claudius Crozet Park. And another thing that you'll find there, you're going to find local food, wine, beer, music, live performers, and of course, children's activity as well. So really neat festival to come to in May and in October. So as I told you at the beginning of the video, if you hung around to the end, I'd share with you some census information about Crozet, Virginia. And I'm going to pop up a couple slides here so you can take a look at those. But you can see here that the population of Crozet is currently, as of 2020, is 9,224 people. So not a very large town. However, the census of 2010, there was only 5,565 people in Crozet. And so it's almost doubled in the last 10 years. So you can see it's definitely a growing area, which means also there's a lot of building going on. And of course, it also means it's a very desirable area for people to move into. If you look at the next part of the slide here, you'll see that the population density in the town of Crozet is about 2,000 people per square mile. And you can compare that to Charlottesville, for example, which is about double that, just about 15 minutes, 20 minutes away. Of course, you can see the rest of the county, which is Albemarle County. Most of it is a rural county. And of course, the United States, obviously, there's a lot of empty space in the United States for the 9.3, but 2,000 people is not a heavy density like you would think of in a large city like Chicago or Detroit or St. Louis, someplace like that. So we'll go ahead and go to our next slide here. We can take a look at the ages of folks living in the Crozet area. And as you can see, as far as ages 65 and older goes, there's only about 15% of the population in Crozet that is over the age of 65, as compared to almost 17% in the United States. So it's not an old community as far as the age of most people go, although you will find a number of folks there over the age of 65. At the same time, if you look at what about children under the age of 18 years old, you'll see that 29% of the community in Crozet is made up of children under the age of under the age of 18. And that 29% compares to about 22% nationwide. And it gives you some ideas there of how those numbers stack up. And finally, last but not least, always want to take a look at the owner-occupied housing, because is it heavily owner-occupied, which helps to stabilize the city or the town. And you can see Crozet is well above the national average as far as its owner-occupied housing. It's 77%, and it's well over Charlottesville and the rest of Albemarle County as well. Another thing I wanted to share with you was some information about the current market in the Crozet area. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the screen share here and show you a little bit of that. So taking a look at the market report here, we see that in Crozet right now, there's 69 homes for sale, which is down just a little bit, but time of year, it's middle of January, and I have no doubt that by the time we get to April and May, we're going to see that number turn green, and there'll be a lot more homes on the market when the time comes. Right now, the average home price in Crozet is about $608,000, and you can see that the average price per square foot is about $259. So as we flip over here and take a look at the one of the properties here in the Crozet area, this one we actually looked at in our vlog video the other day, but this particular property is currently on the market. It is $690,000. It is 3,665 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath. It was built in 2015, and if you break that down per square foot, that's about $188 a square foot, so well below the average in Crozet. If you look through some of the photos of it, you can see that it has a nice 2-car garage on the front of it there. And then let's just go ahead and let's just look at some of these as we're going through. Not much of a backyard, but a little bit of work yard there on the side, and from your front door there, it looks like you got some really nice mountain views as well. I'll just skip through these here real quick. You get an idea of what's in the house. Some nice wainscoting boards down on the bottom, and nice hardwood floors, a nice open concept, as you can see there, between the kitchen and the living room area. Got some nice granite countertops there, some nice fixtures as well, and looks like stainless steel appliances with a gas stove. Go ahead and go on into some of the other rooms, one of the half baths there. And if we go ahead and move on up into the upstairs, you got the bathroom upstairs, part of the master bedroom suite, and nice little laundry room there as well. Another shower, and nice garden tub, and a shower. Nice large closet. Nice room downstairs on the lower level. Very open. Put some activities down there, pool table, ping pong table, that type of thing. Nice little workshop as well. A little bit from the back, looks like we got a jacuzzi in the background there, or in the backyard there. And another shot of the neighborhood from the front yard, so you kind of get an idea of what the community is like right around it. Just in case you're looking for a large property with a lot of land, this particular property is also a historical property built around circa 1837, and it was built by the founders of a small town called Browns Cove. It's about 20 minutes north of Crozet. This particular property has 50 acres. As you can see, it has a lake. It is on the market for just under $2.5 million, but it is definitely historical, like I say, and you are out in the middle of the beauty of the Blue Ridge Mountains and at the foot of them. It comes with 50 acres. There is an option to purchase another 428 acres as well for a little over $5 million should you want access to the Doyle's river frontage. But some really neat things about this particular property, just to kind of show it off a little bit. As you can see, you can definitely see the character that goes in the old banister that's going upstairs, and then the living room. And we'll just go ahead and zoom on out here a little bit. Just some of the character. You can see the inset bookcases on the side there, and the old fireplace. A breezeway, nice little elevator here in the property as well. Looks like the kitchen's been fairly well updated and modernized, and up the upper story of the property, kind of a neat area there. And look down to the basement, going down into the wine cellar, wine area here, right in your wine room, right in your property. Now, one of the bedrooms upstairs, along with the updated bathroom, and just some real neat things about the property. A little courtyard there, and it does actually come as well. There's another property here as well. Wow, look at that! Look at the view that you have from your property each day. And it does come with this property on it as well. This is a manager's quarters as well, and it comes with stables as well. Again, as you can see, just something that is really a neat property, historical property, in the foothills, in the shadows of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And there's properties all around the Crozet area. Many of them, like I say, it's a quickly expanding and growing area, and it's so houses are being built very quickly, especially in the Old Trail area and a couple other places as well. But like I say, if you're interested in moving into the Crozet area, Leslie and I have helped other folks be able to move into that area, and we'd be happy to help you as well. And so it doesn't really matter if you're looking to move in 9 days, 90 days, 120 days, 6 months, whatever the case may be. You know, pick up the phone, like I said at the beginning, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd be more than happy to help you get you information about the Crozet area. And matter of fact, you can even sign up for a time. We can do a Zoom call together so we can meet face to face. It's nice to talk face to face. And if necessary, we can even do a virtual call with you in the Crozet area. But like I say, our desire is to help you find the home that you'd like to live in, and not just to live in it, but the home that you'll enjoy as well. So like I say, if that's for you, pick up the phone and give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. And until next time, we'll see you around town.